Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Eddie Bush Memorial Arena in downtown Collingwood. It is here, the final game of the season for these two teams. And on the line, the OHF Championship for U15A Division. I'm Dale West. I'll have the play-by-play of today's game. And on the screen, you will see in the black sweaters the Sarnia Junior Sting. And on the white sweaters, it is the Talbot Trailblazers. The two Alliance teams finished 1-2 in the round-robin standings and won their semifinals early today. So that is why we have them sitting here. Talbot has been undefeated throughout the tournament. And the only game that Sarnia has lost was to Talbot back earlier. Matter of fact, the first game of the tournament was these two teams against each other. And so now we have the last game of the tournament. These two teams are against each other once again. Both of them handling their games earlier today quite easily and picked up victories, moving themselves here for the championship final. We started things off at 9:30 this morning. And Sarnia Sting beat Temiskaming Shore Puckhounds by a 4-1 count, a 3-goal first period, the difference in that one. And strangely enough, a 3-goal first period, the difference as Talbot Trailblazers took on the Collingwood Junior Blues and ended up with a 5-2 victory. So we set it up that they are ready to go for the final.
To sing, "Oh Canada," so if you can please rise if you're able and remove your hats.
We are just waiting for the teams to get their final instructions. We will start the game with O Canada, and then we will have things underway. We have handshakes, and then they will line up on the bench on that one. Coming into the game, Sarnia has 9 players who have scored goals this weekend, and Talbot has 7. And we are just getting set. And after the national anthem, we will have things underway. Lauren Lesage, a presentation from one of our Collingwood Blues Junior A hockey games in the OJHL, will present O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, they threw us a bit of a curve there, but such is live television. As Lauren Lesage was going to be our presentation from our Blues games, but they found us a live singer at the last second. Didn't get me her name, but she was good. It was Elizabeth. So Elizabeth did a great job. That was a super job. We are getting set to drop the puck. The referee takes a look at both benches, calls the setters to the dot, takes a look at the goalies. Kevin Ondick for Talbot and Ty Kerr for Sarnia will be guarding the cages, and we are underway. The final game of the season. It is for all the marbles. the OHF U15A Championship here in Collingwood. Sit back and enjoy the game. Given away at the side of the net in the Sarnia zone right from the start, but then cleared out. Comes back, Pine picks it up for Talbot, gets it down into the zone, but only briefly. Sting have to back up, take it into their own zone and try once again. Out to center. Dumped right back in. Waiting for the pass. Georges with it now for Talbot. Georges looking for some room. Being watched by Adolphe all the way in, forced over to the side. And DeBrun was able to pick it up, and they get it out down the ice. Jones has to chase it back, but it does make it for icing. And we'll get our first whistle, 1:04 into it. (6-2) was the score back when we opened the tournament. Talbot against Sarnia. A little bit misleading of score, though, because it was 2-2 heading into third. And that's when things fell apart. There's a shot, and they score through the screen, right off the draw. Innocent looking shot on goal. And boom, it is 1-0. Nash Firth getting that one just 1:06 into the period. Firth, 5 and 3 goals and assists heading into this game, was named the MVP for Talbot at the end of the semifinal game. He was named the MVP for the Talbot team for the tournament, and he gets the first goal of the game, and quickly Trailblazers find themselves up 1-0. Kravich across center, puts it in deep. It's fed around the boards. Gowdy with it. Slides it out to center, but Kravich there to break it up for the Sting. Battles his way through a handful of Talbot players. Kettler, though, gets it back up the ice, and it's rolled deep into the zone. Youssef has it now. Youssef couldn't control it. It's cleared back out. Rumble snaps it in, but a delayed offside. So back to the line the Trailblazers go, but they're in quick on the forecheck. Pass up the middle. Knocked down and dumped back in. Giveaway along the side. Taken back in behind the net by McCabe. McCabe looking back to the point. Pine and McCabe play a bit of catch. McCabe tries to slide it in front. It goes back in behind the net. And there to take it away and slide around the boards is Chase Richard, and he was named the MVP for Sarnia for the tournament after their semifinal. Ray falls into the boards for Sarnia, but he gets up okay. Play continues out in the neutral zone. Maria's shot goes wide and deep. Affleck with it. Can't control it. Comes back to the point, kept in, long shot, steered off to the side. And again, dumped back into the Sarnia zone. Puck free now in the neutral zone, brought back into the Sarnia end. Collision in the corner, comes back to the point. Georges with it. Georges all sorts of room, scores! It is 2-0 for Talbot. Isaiah Georges scores at 3:18. That's his first goal and first point of the tournament. As he looked up from the point, and it's like all sorts of room, so I'm going in, and picks his spot and makes it 2-0. As everybody just sort of turned away and gave him the run to the net. Well, if you're going to pick a time to get your first point of the weekend, might as well give it in the final. Kravich with it now. And the Sting find themselves in a bit of a hole 3.5 minutes into the opening period. Back in behind the net. Adolphe with it now. Adolphe looking for some room. Adolphe comes out, makes the pass coming out the side was McDonald. couldn't get the shot away. Adolphe taken to the boards in behind the net. Jeffrey goes in to help out. McDonald is there as well. Jeffrey kicks it free. And also coming in to help out there, but wasn't able to get control of it, was Gray, and now it's back down the other way, fired off and into the corner. Battle for it along the side. Gray finds it, rolls it down the ice, wants to head for a change back into the Talbot zone. Jones touches the pass. Yosef couldn't control it, just watches it roll deep into the zone. Here goes Kravich for Sarnia. His pass intercepted along the boards. Sting bang it towards the line. Rumble keeps it in. They bounce around. It comes in front, but then off to the side in safety for Sarnia. Trying to collect it. Goes around the boards to Scott from Richard. And now Kennedy gets it out at center ice. Kennedy got one man to beat. Kennedy couldn't get by Jones. Stops, turns, and his pass to Richard intercepted at the last second. Strong positioning there by Rumble as he was ready for that one. That long shot goes off to the side. Rumble with it now. Puts it along the boards. It's flipped high and down the ice. It shouldn't get there for icing as it's spinning around on its edge. So Twenders has to go back for it. Comes out to the point. Kettler in the neutral zone, dumps it back in. Twenders with it. And he'll get it again as it comes out of that scrum of bodies. Looks up the middle. His attempted pass goes off a leg. Then it goes off an arm. Just won't leave the zone for him. This time Scott will try things around the boards for Ray. Ray is quickly collected. He pushes it back deep into his own end. Along the boards. Comes back to the point. That's kept in. Sliding alone in front. There's a shot. Doesn't get through. Picking it up in the corner is Marius. He puts it back in behind the net. Strong pressure there. Magri tries to get control of it. He couldn't, and finally Cooper gets out to center ice for Sarnia. Cooper shot, and that's kicked away by Ondick. Couple of whacks at it, but they are successful in getting it out to center, and Foster rolls it for Talbot into the Sarnia zone, but it's picked up, spun around the boards. Jeffrey gets in there to create some problems along the boards, and he comes a long way with the puck, but then he's pushed to the boards and around it goes. Davison got it up the side. McDonald tried to push it free, and now he's able to push his way out. He's got one man to beat. McDonald in on a breakaway. His stick is hooked. That might be a penalty shot. We'll take a look. No, he's just going to call the hook. The speed of McDonald there. There you see him behind both players, and he heads in front. Never really got clear of them, so he didn't get his penalty shot, but it was a hook. And that'll be one of those well-timed penalties. Jones goes to the box, but at the same time, he didn't give up a clear breakaway. Now his team will just try and make that worthwhile on the penalty kill. Sarnia down 2-0. Get the first power play of the game. But from the draw, it's cleared down the ice. That jumped over the stick of the goaltender, but fortunately went wide. Nice forechecking setup by Talbot, creating problems. Off the boards, Dolphy is pushed into the boards, and the Stinger sent back. Scott, long pass up to McDonald. Rolled away from him, though. Yosef with it. To Scott. Scott slaps it into the zone. There's just a minute 10 left in the power play. Sting still trying to get set up. Kravich has it. Puts it in along the boards. Pass in front. Kennedy. Backhand goes behind the net. Kennedy hustles into the play. Grabs Yusuf as he tried to get out. Yusuf still able to make the puck go out of the zone. It just kept following him along. Loose puck along the side. Richard puts it in front of his own net. Richard now gets the return pass in the middle, had to stop, but did get it by one to Kennedy across the line. Kennedy tried to feed it back into Richard. Richard heading towards the boards, 18 seconds left in the power play. Cooper gets the pass in front, backhand, wow, what a save! Ondick coming off the post. Kennedy got the backhand, and Ondick still was able to do that and get back and make the grab. So a big save, keeping the score at 2-0 with just 12 seconds left in the power play. Davison will have to chase it back, and that's pretty well going to do it for the man advantage. So Talbot maintains its 2-0 lead. As the teams get back to full strength, they push it across the Talbot line. Kennedy with it. Goes in behind to Kettler. Around the boards. And steered out into the neutral zone. Foster for Talbot pushes it deep into the Sarnia end. Renders puts it around the boards. Off skates though, and back into possession for the Trailblazers, but they can't do anything with it. It's back out to the neutral zone. Rumble turns and dumps it back into the Sarnia end. 5:20 left in the period. 2-0 for Talbot over the Sarnia Sting. This is the OHF U15A championship game. Coming to you from the Eddie Bush Arena in Collingwood. Dale Weston, the crew. Glad you could join us on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Around the boards it goes, comes back to the point. Rumble will keep it in. Georges knocked it down, and it was first touched by the Talbot player, so that'll be a glove pass. And it will come into the zone. Or outside the zone, sorry, for the face-off with 4:42 remaining. Pass out into the middle. Cross center ice and down into the zone. Williamson comes back to Kravich at the point. His shot off a couple of sticks. It goes behind the net. Bowen is there. He tried to pass it in front. Good stick by the goaltender there. Williamson breaks up the play, but Marias follows up. Magri with it now. He's got some room to get across the line. Poked off him. Dumped back in. Delayed offside. Pass into the middle. Firth gets some room. Gets across the line. Makes a fake. Gets around. Tried to slide it in front. Kravich was able to get his knee in front of it. Block it and slide it behind the net to safety. Puck goes in behind the net and pushed back out in front. Nice pass attempt, but Youssef couldn't reach it. The gain from the side of the net out in front. Youssef backhand. It's bouncing around, but they just can't get it on goal. And finally the Sting find it and slap it down the ice. And just getting across the line for the offside. Couple of chances there coming out of the corner. Youssef with some strong passes. Face-off will be in the Sarnia zone to the right of the net with 3:20 left in the opening period. And the Sting win the draw. They break out, but Jones breaks up the play and heads right back into the Sarnia end. Rolls it in front, but it's blocked. Round the boards it goes. Gray makes the pass out to McDonald. It was a little bit behind him. He's able to collect it. He rolls it into the zone. Ondick sees Odolphe coming, so he'll just grab it and hold on for the face-off. And with 3 minutes left in the period, we'll get a drop of the puck in the Talbot zone. Rumble from the draw, rolls it around the boards. Foster with it now, right into the middle. And here goes Jeffrey across the Sarnia line with some speed. He gets the shot, but that's blocked. Steered off into the corner. Comes back out to the point. Rumble able to keep it in, chases it over the boards, then puts it back in deep in behind the net. Rolled around the boards, and Gray has a chance to dump it out. He does. McDonald trying to chase it down, but Pine there to break that play up. And now O'Neill heads in for the Trailblazers. His long shot, and it gets to the post, and diving and finding it before it got in was Kerr. And that was a close opportunity as Kerr got enough of it so that it only went slowly towards the net and was able to turn around and jump on it. Loose puck, side of the net. Trailblazers control, but the pass back to Rumble goes over his stick and all the way down the ice. Pine has to go to the boards, puts it along the boards, but couldn't get much on it. Comes back towards the point, slap back in deep. Cooper heads towards the corner. Puck comes back towards the line. Kennedy and Davison can't keep it in. Marius takes advantage of Davison falling, gets the shot, and that's covered up by Kerr. And now we get a couple of players pushing and shoving in front of the Sarnia net, but we'll get the face-off with 1:44 left. Around the boards and in behind. Comes back to the point. Shot through a crowd, deflected. Doesn't get all the way through the net, so a chance for Sarnia to turn it up ice. Dump towards the middle, but then too far for everybody, and that will come back as icing. Kravich tried to set Cooper free on that. 1:26 will remain in the period as they come back down. Just everybody was trying to come out there. Kravich tried to get it down to Cooper. Had to step on the defender, but the puck was just a bit too far. Gowdy couldn't control it. He had 4 goals back in the opening game of the tournament. That was flipped as they tried to get it out off the glass, but it goes out of play. That was Ray trying to come up the right side. Gowdy finished the tournament so far with 6 goals. He had 4 in that opening game to help his team win 6-2. And that's right on the goal, covered up, and we'll get a face-off. Kerr be able to squeeze it. From the face-off, couple of tips and the puck back down the ice. Kettler makes the pass into the middle, comes out to Foster now. Foster over on the far side, gets the pass away, and O'Neill could get the shot away. It bounces over everybody's stick, and now a race for Ray, chasing down his man, but getting back to it first was Pine. Pine reverses direction, finds some room, makes a pass over to Jones. Jones, though, has Gray all over him and forces the turnover. Puck's loose in the corner. Ray goes back to Gray. Now it goes to Bowen. He goes in behind the net, twisting and turning, tried to get it in front. Nice play by Jones. From his knees, blocks the pass attempt, gets up, fires the puck around and out of the zone. 14 seconds left in the period. Jeffrey with it now, slides it over. And bouncing puck. Cross the line, and there's just 2 seconds left as it comes back out. And the buzzer sounds, and we get the end of period number 1. You're watching the OHF Championships. It's the U15A Final. Sarnia Junior Sting find themselves after the opening 15 minutes trailing the Talbot Trailblazers by a 2-0 count. Talbot got things started early. First goal of the game was a quick one. Came at 1:06, and then at 3:18, Isaiah Georges scored as well. So Nash Firth got the first goal, and Isaiah Georges got the second goal. The second goal was actually Georges' first point of the weekend, and that gives his team a 2-goal lead to work with. You see the coaches giving some instructions. Things started to work a little bit better for the Sting after the opening pair of goals. They got themselves some chances. As a matter of fact, got robbed a couple of times on the power play. And Zondik made a couple of nice saves, especially one on Kennedy, who had a backhand for an open side of the net. And somehow Zondik was able to change direction, get back and get the glove on it. Officials call the players back to center ice. Get the second 15 minutes in. They will get a break between period 2 and 3 for a flood. That's out and around and dumped into the Sarnia zone to start the second period. Comes back towards the point, but Gray couldn't get it out. Yusuf had to bounce off his stick. Gowdy with it now. Puts it down low. Bouncing shot from the side into the corner and around. Nice save there as it comes through a crowd. Yusuf trying to beat the screen. Firth there in the corner, trying to keep the puck deep. Davison battling for it, but it comes to Firth. He gets it to Yusuf. There's a shot. A glove save. And Kerr scoops that one up. That was a good save as the puck changed direction quickly there. From the draw, top of the circle, shot doesn't get through. Second chance, McCabe, though, fired it wide. Kravich takes his man down in the corner. Scramble for it. Marius couldn't come up with it. McCabe there now. Sting are able to get it out. And now here's a chance for Kennedy, but he got a little behind the play, couldn't catch up to the puck, but right now they had a chance with Ondik out. He fell down when he came out to clear it, but they couldn't get the puck cleanly, and wisely, Trailblazers fire it down the ice and take the icing. Kennedy was just about a step too far behind the puck on that, and Ondik wins the race to it, but then he fell. Fortunately, somebody was on Kennedy for Talbot on the far side, otherwise Kennedy would have had an open net from the boards. Brown able to fire it back in. Pine will go after it for Talbot. He snaps it around the boards. Broken up just outside the line. DeBrum goes in. Long shot. And that's gloved by Ondik. And we'll get a face-off in the Talbot zone. That's pushed in behind the Talbot net from the draw. Comes around the board. Twenders decides to pinch down. He's able to slow it down long enough, and then Bowen helps out by going back to the point and putting it in deep. Off the glass now. Comes back out in the neutral zone. Twenders had to hit a leg. And Bowen thought he got out. He did, actually, but it was Ray on the far side got a step inside just a bit too quickly as Williamson was heading in. So the faceoff comes back outside the line. Off the boards, Yusuf with it. Yusuf definitely going to need a new pair of hockey pants for next year. Those ones bordering on unsafe when you look at all the rips in them. Comes out to Nerth. There's the shot. Rebound in front. Second shot kicked away. It's loose at the top of the crease. Bowen trying to kick it to his skates. Now there's a chance. Firth gets the shot, and that goes off a body, and somehow it all stays out. Rumble now shoots, and it's grabbed by Kerr, and he'll cover up. That was quite the scramble in front there. It was free for a couple of seconds, a couple of times, but the Sting able to clear it away. From the face-off, Firth was able to force his way to the net, but the shot went behind the goal. Right out into the middle now. McDonald pushes it over the line, but Kettler's there to break up the play, and Firth turns it around. Youssef watches as it rolls in. Firth catches up to it from the side of the net. There's the shot. That's steered back behind the goal. Gowdy with it now. Pushes it back low. Gets it back himself. Now he frees it up. Goes to Youssef. Youssef goes down. Looked to the referee. Thought maybe there should be a call. Gets it back again. Nice pass up the side. Comes all the way back to Rumble, though. Couldn't get much of a shot away as it was slowed down by Gray. Gray couldn't handle it along the boards. Pushed back towards the net. Jones with it now. Some extended pressure from Talbot. They start changing bodies with the pressure in the Sarnia zone. That backhander is just turned away. Pine can't control it. McDonald looking for a chance out again. Got to the blue line. Just as far as he got, though. That was brought back in by Talbot, so it's onside, but the Trailblazers turn around. 6 guys on the ice. That's going to be a penalty. They got caught in the change as the play came around, and it'll be too many on the ice for Sarnia. And it'll be a power play opportunity for Talbot. Just too much play happening around there as they were all trying to change. And they ended up with 1 extra skater. Gray comes over to serve the penalty. 2-0 for Talbot Trailblazers in the U15A OHF Final here in the second period, and they have a power play opportunity. Youssef with it. Firth put it to Youssef, puts it across. Firth with it. Through a crowd, low shot. O'Neill collects it. Comes back to Firth. Firth and O'Neill. Last game, Firth fired a bullet from the blue line and scored on a power play against Collingwood. Gowdy had a backhand taken away by Richard. Richard with some room now. Couple of moves, cross the line, and then taken out as he tried to cut back into the play. As Jeffrey broke up that one with some nice solid body contact. Here's Firth, wrist shot, scores! Last game it was the slap shot. This time the wrist shot. Used the screen, got it inside the post. Watch him come up the ice here, and then as he gets in front of the defender, just picks that open side and fires it. It is now 3-0 for the Talbot Trailblazers. Power play goal. And with 10:10 left in the second, they have themselves a 3-goal lead. Bowen now flips it up over the head of Pine. Pine gave it away almost behind the net, but then is picked up and slid around by Georges. That goes off a skate into the corner. Sting need to try and get one back as quick as they can. Get some pressure early. Davison's long shot. Ondick stops that. Bouncing puck is in front of the net. Nobody could find it. Then it bounces off to the side boards. And down the ice it goes. Here goes McCabe. Across the line. Has to stop. Tried to get it in front. Maria's following up. He couldn't get a hold of it. Williamson couldn't make the play. Affleck with it now. Twenders in the corner. battling with McCabe. Puck up along the side. Ray reaching for it, can't control it. Twenders with it. Comes out in front. Davison will put it back in the corner, and they'll start all that again. The scrum won't last that long this time. Steered behind the goal. Williamson waiting for it along the side boards. Dodges one check, then a second. Georges chasing him over to the far side. Gets across center, dumps it deep, looking for a change. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. 3-0 for Talbot. We're in the second period. Cleared deep into the Talbot zone. Gray has it, has a man in front. Couldn't get the pass to him. Now McDonald has it himself. Back to the point, but too far. DeBrum couldn't handle it, so Kravich has to come back for it. Kravich will put it in behind the net and around the boards for McDonald. McDonald pokes at it, can't get it out. Off the end boards, Kravich misplayed his clear attempt, so he'll go back the other way. McDonald and Rumble get to it. Rumble pushes it back in deep. DeBrum with it. Gets a little bit of room, moves it to Gray. Gray puts it in the middle, then gets it back again. As he crosses center, Gray will dump it deep. In behind the net, Rumble with it. Pass over on the far side, tipped a couple of times, but it is out into center ice. Jeffrey across the line of Sarnia. Jeffrey shot, and that stopped, steered away by Kerr. We've passed the halfway point of regulation. It is 3-0 Talbot over Sarnia in the championship game, and that's going to be a penalty as Rumble caught it, rushed for a couple. Actually, that time it looked like it got stuck. He couldn't get it to fall out of his glove, but last game we saw a nice little rush for a couple of yards from Sarnia. Or no, I'd be the last game, I guess it was in. But anyway, this is what Sarnia hoping will be helpful. Rumble goes closing his hand on the pocket. It's a power play opportunity. 3-0 over the first half of this game for Talbot. And Sarnia starts the second half with a power play. Richard gives it to Cooper. Trailblazers all across the blue line. And Kennedy stepped in over the line before Cooper, so that forces the offside. Trailblazers spread across that line. Left no room for anybody. 1:34 left in the power play opportunity. Jones will chase it back into his own zone from the faceoff. Two sting to it. They battle for it in the corner, and there's going to be another penalty. Talbot's don't know if they're both going. Comes in out of the corner, heading to the box. Jones goes for Talbot. Kennedy is heading to the box for Sarnia, so that won't affect the power play. As they both go off, and there's still 1:21 left in the power play opportunity. Davison puts it in the middle to DeBrum. He'll put it down low. Still a power play for Sarnia. 1:10 seconds left, and that comes back to the point. DeBrum cuts to the middle. Long shot just goes wide. Davison down low, puts it back in behind the net. Puck goes free to Ray. Ray had Williamson in front, but couldn't get it to him. Comes back to the point. Ray again tried to put it deep. It's dumped back towards the blue line, jumps up over the stick and back out into the neutral zone. Davison with it. Puts it over to DeBrum, turns it into Williamson. Williamson slides it up. Ray across the, tried to cut into the middle and drop the puck at the same time. Didn't work, and the Trailblazers get to clear it down the ice. Davison around the glass, hit a stanchion, bounces out in the middle. O'Neill juggles it a bit midair with his stick and still controls it. Now it's taken, slid around the boards. Gray with it, just 10 seconds left in the power play. Davison gets it just over the line, comes back towards blue line. Davison cuts in, long shot, blocker save. Gray looking for the rebound, can't find it. Penalty comes to an end, and here goes Rumble up the side, but Kravich catches up to him. Kravich just trying to keep Rumble onto the side while help collects in the zone, and Davison breaks up the play in front of the net. Comes to the side, Rumble with it, puts it back in behind the goal. O'Neill back to Rumble. Rumble to O'Neill. Odolphe clears that away. Rumble with it again behind the net for O'Neill, and Odolphe there backhands it up towards the point. Jeffrey will keep it in, put it back in deep. O'Neill comes from behind the net, leaves it for Jeffrey. Rising shot, blocker save, and Kerr jumps on it and covers up for the whistle. 4:36. And with that, both Jones and Kennedy get on the ice as well as the offsetting plays go. There you see Kerr, been a busy player. Couple of nice saves there this period. Score still 3-0 for Talbot. 4:34 left in the second period. Scott has a roll by him behind the net. Kravich puts it back in behind the goal. Scott had nobody to give it to up the side boards, and it is knocked back in by Georges. Up along the side, Marius intercepts the pass attempt from Richard. Marius turns in the corner. And it comes back out towards the blue line. Cooper there this time. Flips it out. Kennedy covers up his man, Pine. Off the glass and out into the neutral zone. Scott with it. Over to Kravich, and Scott gets the return pass. Long pass on the far side. Kennedy across the line. Had it knocked off his stick, and the Trailblazers get it back out to center. Scott with it, hard off the boards. Got it up to Cooper, and there's going to be a penalty now as Kennedy got knocked down and then was a bit upset. And he'll head to the box. Interference will be the call with 3:21 remaining in the second period. Another power play opportunity for the Talbot Trailblazers. They're already up 3-0. There you see Kennedy heading to the bench. 2 minutes in the box for the interference. Late in the second period. Big chance here for Talbot. They're up 3-0. Goal here would give them lots of room. Jeffrey puts it over on the far side. I don't think he realized he was in the open almost at the top of the slot. Firth with it. Firth puts it down low to O'Neill. Firth moves it off the side. Joseph back to Firth. His shot deflected up and hits the netting just in front of the Centennial Cup banner from last year's national champions, the Collingwood Blues. Don't get a chance to defend the title at the tournament this year. That will either be Trenton or Milton from the OJHL. Firth with it. Back at the point, he's got a slap shot goal and a wrist shot goal from the point in the last couple of games. Sort of showing off the skill. They got him named the MVP for the team heading into this final game. Firth distributing the puck, gets it back again. Another wrist shot on the toe save by Kerr. And that was another good shot by Firth, and Kerr had to get his foot back, and then he had to plant himself and hold on to the rebound as the Trailblazers banged at it a couple of times trying to get it free. 1:02 left in the power play. Some fresh legs out up front, but Firth still out there. He'll shoot through the crowd, deflected in front. Gowdy tried to tip it to his stick and turn, but that didn't work. Bouncing puck goes in front of the net, but then bounces away from O'Neill as he was looking for a quick shot. Gowdy with it. Takes it in behind the Sarnia net, brings it around to the side. Youssef goes back to the point. Firth just turns, protects the puck and dumps it back deep into the zone. Jeffrey moves it over on the side to O'Neill. Tried to go cross ice to Youssef. Too many bodies there. Sticks get in the way. 18 seconds left in the power play. Gowdy walks in front. Couldn't get anything on the shot, though, as he was being bothered just enough. Here's a pass in front. Jeffrey had a roll off his stick as Richard got his stick in the way at the same time. And Kerr was able to cover it up. Got to help with a little quick whistle as it rolled away. You see at the end of the replay there. Well, you won't be able to see it, maybe not. But there you see the puck by the toe of his pad as the whistle sounds. 7 seconds left in the power play opportunity. Just a minute and 28 left in the period. And Sarnia was a man short there. Hard enough playing 5-on-4 that they've forgotten the fourth. From the face-off, puck is cleared down, and that will be the end of the period, or the end of the power play opportunity. And there's a minute 18 left in the period. With the teams at full strength, up the ice, across the line. Marios gets the shot. That's easily steered away by Kerr. Scott to McDonald. They can't get it out. Scott will take it in the corner. Turn around one more time. Affleck in the corner. Marios looking for some room. Pushes it back in behind the Sarnia net. Adolphe with it. Off the boards. Scott gets some control. 35 seconds. Gray will take it out now. Gray has a man in front. Diving to make up the play was Marius, but they still got the chance. Marius slowed down the puck, and that made McDonald have to slow down and wait for it. Still got his shot away, but he wasn't at top speed anymore. And with 28 seconds left, Marius makes a big defensive play. Will be a face-off, though, in the Talbot zone. Comes back to the point. And cleared out just over the line. One more chance late in the period. Davison couldn't get the shot away. DeBrum knocks it down, keeps it just in. 13 seconds left. Gets to the line, but not out. Kennedy trying to get away from one. Now it's broken up. And with 3 seconds left, brought out to center and the blue line. Dumped in to the Sarnia zone. And the buzzer will sound. And we played two. They get a break, and then there's 15 minutes left in the hockey season for both teams. One of them is going to enjoy the end of the 15 minutes. And the other one will just be thinking of what could have been. And the Talbot players headed off first. But I think Sarnia was supposed to go. Well, don't think anything will happen that. Anyway, in the first period, Nash Firth scored a minute and 6 to make it 1-0. And then 3:18 into the period, Isaiah George has made it 2-0 Trailblazers. Just one in the second. Firth with his second of the game at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And that's where we stand after the first two periods. It is Talbot's leading Sarnia at 3-0. It's the U15A finals of the OHF championships here in Collingwood, Ontario. I'm Dale Wast. We're back with period number 3 in just a moment. Welcome back to the Eddie Bush Memorial Arena in downtown Collingwood as we get set to wrap up the 24-25 hockey season with the OHF Championships in U15A. This is the final game. This is the third period of that game. Barring overtime, the season will come to an end. Just making their way on the ice, Talbot Trailblazers, and they come out to a 3-0 lead over the Sarnia Junior Sting. Things started quickly for Talbot in the first period, scoring just a bit over a minute into the game. Nash Firth, his first of two on the afternoon. Isaiah George has got his first point, first goal of the weekend at 3 minutes and 18 seconds of the first period to make it 2-0. First other goal came in the second period, and that's where we stand 3-0 as things get underway. Teams at full strength. Dale West and the crew with you from the Eddie Bush Arena in Collingwood. Glad you could join us for this one. Trailblazers start with some control. Comes back to the point. George's rising shot, and through that, Kerr able to reach up and grab it for the faceoff. Talbot went through the round robin undefeated, 22-6. They outscored their opposition. And a 3-goal victory in their semifinal this morning. And they're now up 3 goals over Sarnia with 14 and a half minutes left in the third period. Jeffrey's shot spins, just goes wide. O'Neill waiting for it in front. O'Neill takes a hit. Puck kept in though. Kravich in the corner. Got it around the boards and then gets it back again and starts things out. Pass in the middle, goes off of skates. Kennedy tried to get inside Pine, but the puck cleared back the other way. Here's O'Neill, rising shot over top of the net. Comes to the side of the goal, whacked at. Nobody can handle it. Along the side boards, comes back to Jones. Jones, shot. There's going to be a penalty to Sarnia. And head contact is going to be the call, and it looks like it's Kennedy heading to the box. So an early power play opportunity here in the third period for the Talbot Trailblazers. Don't forget, following the game, we will do the trophy presentations, and we will stay with everything right to the end of the presentations, of course. Youssef out there for the opening phase, or the face-off for the opening of the power play. And it comes back to Firth. Firth looking for number 3 on the day. Gets it back at the point. He'll wrist it. Scores! Clear shot right from the blue line, and that's the hat-trick goal for Firth. And that's a 4-0 lead for the Talbot Trailblazers. Actually, Jeffrey might have touched that. It looks like they're celebrating with him. So it might not have been the hat-trick goal. It might have been Jeffrey's deflection that makes it 4-0. We'll see what happens when they put the official goal up. Well, they put it on the board as Firth, so we'll see if it stays that way. I thought it was Firth all the way through as well. Rumble couldn't keep it in, dumped and down the ice. That might be icing, but it's heading right towards Talbot net, and it gets steered away, so play will continue. Georges forced away by Willem, comes back to the point. Blenders knocks it down, loose puck in front of the Talbot net, comes back to the point now to Davison. Davison's shot doesn't get through. Ray has it, he turns and fires, it doesn't get through. Now Ray comes back in one more time. This time it gets through and steered away. Bowen puts it through to Ray. What a save! Ondig made that one as the puck was passed around a couple of times point blank and then fired at the net. Now he grabs it and holds on for the face-off. In tight. Ondig makes a couple of big saves there. Keeps the score 4-0. So the players were celebrating as if Jeffrey got the goal. The scoreboard still says it was Nashford with his third. All we know for sure is it was the fourth for Talbot, and they have a 4-goal lead here in the third period. Foster couldn't get it out, turned back in. McDonald steered it deep. Gray couldn't come up with it though. Dolphy was looking for it. Kettler will get it back again for Talbot. Gets out to the line this time. Foster does get it out. Now Jeffrey has a chance. Jeffrey from the side. Pass in front is blocked and goes back in behind the Sarnia goal. Kettler gets it to Kravich. Play broken up in center and dumped deep back into the Sarnia zone. Fresh bodies come on for Talbot. Is in there. Firth was holding on to the puck. Now he's lost it. Back the other way. Firth gets to it though. Makes the pass across. Rising shot goes up and wide around the boards. Georges keeps it in. Comes on the far side. Kennedy has to stop and wait for it. Tips it across the line for Cooper. Cooper goes in front, and that just goes through the crease to the far side. Off the boards, cleared to the line, back out into the neutral zone. Cooper waiting for it. Jones. Rolls it around the boards down to the Sarnia zone. Cooper goes to the far side. Cooper got the return pass, but then lost control as he tried to get to the blue line. Jeffrey now cuts into the Sarnia zone. Skated out of the play by McDonald. Now the puck to O'Neill. He scores. O'Neill picked up the loose puck, turned with the quick shot. You can see the puck come free here. Just bounces off a couple of skates. O'Neill digs it out, spins, and it is 5-0 for Sarnia, or for Talbot over Sarnia. And the Trailblazers just 10 minutes and 19 seconds away from celebrating an OHF championship. They have a commanding 5-goal lead. Talbot's been averaging just a bit over 5 goals per game through the entire tournament. Loose puck rolls back all the way down into the Sarnia zone. Here comes the Sting though. Williamson across the line. Pushes it back to the point. Ray with it now. Ray tried to go back to the point. That was intercepted. And then he takes down his man. And there will be icing. And Ray goes back to pick up his stick. And no further call on that with 9.5 minutes to go. Kravich pushes it back to Scott. Got the shot through the crowd. McDonald couldn't get the rebound though. That hits the linesman, stays in. So they'll try it on this side. Kettler up along the boards. Battle for it. McDonald pushes it towards the front. Jones pushes it towards the line, and now McCabe comes out with it. Kettler gets it back. Puts it up the middle. Marius with it. Cross the line. McCabe couldn't control it. Kravich couldn't get it back out. Marius, rising shot over top of the net. Scrum forward along the side. It squirts out back into the neutral zone. Kettler with it. And he'll fire it back in. That'll go down the ice. That will be icing, and it'll come back into the Sarnia zone. We have 8:29 left in the third period. They'll do the face-off on the left side of the zone. Cooper was able to get it out and dump back in, delayed offside, but Twenders will have some time back into his own zone. Up the middle, it goes to Kennedy. Kennedy cuts through the middle and has to stop on the far side, taken to the boards, pushes the puck free. And now it's off a leg, and Gowdy gets it out to center ice and rolls it down into the Sarnia zone. Davison will pick it up. Less than 8 minutes to go, 5-0 the score. Loose puck at the side, shot, and that's turned away. Kerr makes the save there. Trailblazers continue to control. Georges through the crowd, and a couple of saves there, but Kerr couldn't grab it to get the face off, pushes it off into the corner. Bouncing puck gets towards the net, but never in. Kennedy slaps at it down the ice. That will be icing. And we'll get a change for both teams with 7:22 left in the third period. Face-off this time moves over. Some more, that's part of the timekeeping crew. Doing fine work on the clock down there. Puck in the Sarnia zone. Off the glass. They bounce away at it. Rumble had to go off the stick, but goes all the way down the ice. It won't be icing. Kettler got it out into the neutral zone. It's dumped right back in. Kettler will get it one more time. Foster with it now. Feeds it into Jeffrey. Jeffrey with some room across the line. Trying to get by Kravich. Gets in front. Turns, but a nice save by Kerr. Forcing the face-off. And another stoppage of play in the Sarnia zone. What do we got? We've got Cass on the camera in the center, following that one all the way in. Avery's got camera as well. She's down there embarrassing the timekeeping group on that last one. That's steered right towards the net. Kerr covers that up. Randy's here doing sixes and ones for the cameras. Mitch's got the music. Joe the Show Montezano couldn't join us today. He had to go cover a wedding. It's that time of the year again. And I'm Dale West with the play-by-play. As we wrap up another hockey season, 24-25 season comes to an end. Just 6 minutes remaining. It's a 5-0 lead for Talbot. Jones goes back into his corner. Trailblazers get a chance to get it out, but it's stopped. Adolphe was digging there for Sarnia. Now comes to Scott for the sting. He fires it in. Jones for Talbot. Couldn't get it out. Adolphe high in the zone to McDonald. He's pushed away. Affleck trying to keep Adolphe from it. They do, and it comes around the boards. Along the side boards, they battle, and Jones can't control it. It goes to Cooper for Sarnia. Cooper got it back to the point, jumps over his stick, back out into the neutral zone. Richard has it. Scott to Twenders by Cooper. Just missed him, so that will be icing, and we have 5:04 left on the clock. Around the boards, Kennedy waits for the loose puck. It comes out, and here goes Richard across the line, feeds it in front for Cooper. Backhand, he scores. With 4:50 remaining, Cooper puts Sarnia on the board. That's his third goal of the weekend. You see the pass in front and a nice little backhand just inside the post. Beyond the outstretched arm of Ondrik. It is 5-1 with 4:50 remaining. From the face-off over to the side, Richard gives it to Davison. Davison up along the side to Kennedy and back over the line, Sarnia. Cooper goes to the boards, pushes it back to the point. And that's kicked away. Gowdy will chase it down. Davison will get there first, though. Break up the play and send it back to Richard. Pass on the far side. Cross the line. Kennedy takes the pass in the middle. Kennedy from Cooper, but his backhand goes through the crease. Kennedy still has it. Over on the far side. Just being able to keep it in with a good stretch there was DeBrun. Now in front, backhand, the shot. Oh, what a save is on to gut across on Kennedy. He's taken a couple away from Kennedy this game. Side of the net and side of the boards up. Davison goes to cross the line and rolled off his stick. Gowdy will roll it down the ice. We're down to less than 4 minutes. So the Sting get on the board and then they start pressing. Come close to getting number 2. Over on the far side, that's Jones for Talbot. Long shot. And that'll be held on to. We'll get a face-off 3:31 remaining. Rising shots, and Jones and Williamson have a little extra conversation. So Talbot Trailblazers look like they're on their way to getting another trophy to add to their OMHA Red Hat trophy. Here at the OHF Championships as we wrap things up in Collingwood, 3.5 minutes left. Sting don't want to give up, though, as they press it down ice one more time, and they force Ondrik to cover it. And we'll get a face-off in the Talbot zone. Of course, we have to send special thanks out to all the organizers who put the weekend together and the sponsors who helped make it possible, and, of course, the volunteers who stepped up to make it possible to have the games all weekend long. Easter weekend, of course, a big family weekend, but they were able to spend some of their time with the kids in the uniforms, and the OHF Championship had a very nice run here in Collingwood. That rolled all the way back to the Sarnia net. They'll cover that one up for the face-off as well. There's exactly 3 minutes left here in the third period. As the final countdown plays fittingly as the season begins to wind down. McDonald has a bounce over his stick out to center ice. Back inside the line. Davison with it. Davison at center ice, dumps it deep into the Talbot zone. Jones with it, flips it along the boards. McDonald will pick it up for Sarnia. Rolls off his stick, though, in the far corner. Affleck steers it towards the line. He's knocked down. There's going to be a penalty to Sarnia. Cross the line. Nice save, but got through the goaltender and off to the other side. And charging's going to be the call, and Sarnia will be shorthanded with 2:21 remaining. And heading to the box there, Twenders will take the penalty. Marius was the guy on the last rush. Got the shot and rolled through the crease and out the other side. And with 2:21 remaining, Talbot goes to the power play with a 5-1 lead. Yusuf wins the draw. Goes back to Firth. His shots from the point have been big ones in this game. He's on the board for 3. Comes back towards the point. Jeffrey stopped it, though, tried to get the shot himself. That didn't work. Trailblazers still control it, though. Continue to pass it around the outside. Look cross ice, and that pass to O'Neill just goes off a skate and wide. Comes back to Firth. He gives it to O'Neill. Pushes it down low. Comes back to Firth. Walks in. Had his shot hit a skate, and now back the other way. Short-handed Cooper. Cooper shot wide of the net on the far side. There's a minute 19 left. And Jeffrey had the puck taken away and cleared back down the ice. Firth with it. In behind the goal. Cooper tried to bump into him. He took the worst of the hit, though. Yusuf back the other way. There's less than a minute left in the OHF championship game. It's 5-1 for Talbot over Sarnia. Trailblazers get to add an OHF championship to their OMHA title. They control the puck with 35 seconds left now. Turned over along the far side, out into the neutral zone. That's going to be a penalty as Gowdy took down his man. As Williamson was flipped, and we'll have 4-on-4 for the final 32 seconds, or the next 12 seconds. And then it's a brief power play for Sarnia. All of it is moot, though, with just 32 seconds remaining. Talbot's, the players starting to wave over to their parents and their fans, because they do have the championship coming up in their name. Pine puts it around the boards. Scott will stop it outside the line for Sarnia. He'll fire it back in. And in the corner, George is with it, takes it to the boards. 15 seconds left. Ray pokes it free for Sarnia. Gets rolled off into the corner, comes back to the point for Scott. Scott will take the shot, deflected. That goes off the side. It's cleared down the ice, and that'll be enough. And the buzzer sounds, and the helmets come off, and the gloves go flying. And the end of the season celebration is underway for the Talbot Trailblazers, the 2025 OHF U15A champions, undefeated throughout the weekend here in Collingwood, and post a 5-1 victory over the Sarnia Junior Sting, who are the runners-up on the season through the Ontario Hockey Federation.
Folks, your OHF championships are your Talbot Trailblazer. Congratulations.
Talbot
boys.
Trailblazers collecting the championship hats and putting them on, and now celebrating with their coaches.
For player of the game and the medal presentation.
And then we're going to go downstairs and let them do the player of the game and the medal presentations before we wrap things up. We'll be here right until the end of that celebration. Sarnia Sting guys coming up to the blue line, and Trailblazers will take their time with their celebration and then head back to the blue line. It's a long season, and that's a lot of smiles down there as they wrap it up with a championship and a very solid weekend here in Collingwood to claim the title. So as they try and get them to come on up to the blue line so we can get things started. We'll turn things over to the folks on the ice, and then we'll be back to wrap things up in just a few moments. Talbot beating Sarnia 5-1, and here are your championship presentations.
For your Sarnia Junior Sting, your player of the game is number 60, Ty Kier. And for your Talbot Trailblazers, your player of the game is number 87, Larry Jeffrey.
Congratulations, welcome everyone to the OHF 2025 Championship for U15A. My name's Cheryl Brown, I'm the chair of the OHF Championship Committee this weekend, and I want to just take a couple of minutes to thank the many volunteers that helped make this event happen for everybody. We have a committee here from the OHF representing the NOHA, Bear, I'd like to say Bear here representing the NOHA. Tom from the Alliance, thank you, Tom. Suzanne from the OMHA. Our officiating crews that have been here throughout the weekend. We had all kinds of crews here. This event is just as important for them as it is for all of you. They were competing to make it to this championship game, so I'd like to say congratulations to this crew. Excellent job. Our supervisors and ref and chiefs are here to support throughout the tournament. Dean and Jeff, thank you. We appreciate all of your support here today. And on behalf of the OHF, I sincerely want to extend a gratitude to Collingwood, the community, Collingwood Minor Hockey, the host, both Mike and Dave, along with all of their host committee. We had a wonderful dinner to welcome everyone to this event this weekend, and we just want to thank all the volunteers that made it happen. One more thank you to the coaching staff of both teams and all the parents. We appreciate the dedication, commitment that you put into getting your kids here for this event. Happy Easter. We're going to start with the finalists. I'd like to ask the coach of the Sarnia team to please come up. If the parents could please stay off the ice until the presentations are finalized, we'll give you a moment to take pictures after. I'm going to ask you to call your players out. If you could take this is where it gets interesting.
I guess first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the Blazers there. They played a great game. I'd like to say, before we call the names, our players had a hell of a year. They played their hearts out. You did a great job, guys. Appreciate all the effort. I want to say a couple other things too, especially with our coaching staff. We got a great coaching staff, and they're a key part of our success this year, as well as the parents. All of our parents, say thank you to them. They were awesome. They helped our guys get to the rink every night and support us, so thank you. So sorry about that. We'll start with Ty Kerr. Good job, Ty. Good job, buddy. Perfect. Yeah. Alex McDonald. Cooper Kennedy. Luke Bowen. Brody DeBrum. Nevin Stewartson. Eli Adolfi. Isaac Williamson. Drew Davidson. Matthew Ray. Levi Tunders. Taze Scott. Chase Richard. Declan Kravich. Liam Gray. Simon Giampetri. Gapper. Yeah, we had a great coaching staff. Josh DeBrum, Jay Tunders, Dave Kravich, John McDonald, and Keo Scott. We also had an awesome manager, Christian Williamson.
And Tom Scott.
Just go for it now.
Let's have a round of applause for Sarnia, please. Congratulations, finalists. Okay, can I have the coach of the Talbot team please come forward? We got to get a little louder for champions. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to say one word. It's been like 70 games for us this year, and we captured a triple crown. It's an unbelievable year. I just want to thank the kids for buying in all year. It's been a tough season, but we started off a little rough, but we made it to the end, guys. I love you guys. Great job. Thank you to the parents all the time and getting the kids to their rink on time. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Number 29, Kevin Ondick. Number 84, Charlie Kettler. Number 19, Braden Foster. Number 91, Kelton McCabe. I love you too. Kelton McCabe. Number 87, Larry Jeffrey. I love you, buddy. Number 71, Ramsey. Number 20, Isaiah George. 93, Max Pine. Number 8, Nolan Jones. Good job. Number 72, Nicholas McGree. Good job, Nick. What a year. Number 30, Nick Chisholm. Number 27, Marius. Number 77, Braylon Affleck. Number 10, AJ Yusuf. Number 86, Lucas O'Neill. Number 18, Firthy. What a year, buddy. Our captain, number 92, Austin Goody. Or is it Goody? Our great coaching staff, Zach and Tyler Dillon. And Dylan Impens. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Collingwood. Great job. Great host. Thank you for everything you guys have done this weekend. Appreciate you guys. Champs, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is there extra? That's all of it?
Thank you for all your help this weekend.
Oh, I never did that.
Okay. Talbot, can I have your captain and assistant captains, please?
And with that, that makes it official. You are looking at your 2025 U15A OHF champions, the Talbot Trailblazers, as they collect the championship banner and trophies and their hats and celebrate for their final pictures. So that's going to wrap things up here for a championship weekend in Collingwood. Congratulations to the organizing committee. They did a great job. Congratulations to all the volunteers for all their help. And congratulations to the 2025 OHF U15 champions, the Talbot Trailblazers. I'm Dale West. Have yourselves a great summer. Thanks for dropping in, folks.